Welcome to Arcade 92, and I am going to do a walkthrough for you of all the lineup that we have of all of our arcade machines, pinball machines, and esports here at Arcade 92. We haven't done one of these in a while, so I'm going to catch y'all up to speed on what we have. And we'll start over here right as you walk in the door. So we have Space Invaders, Moon Patrol, Galaga, Miss Pac-Man with the speed-up chip, Donkey Kong, and Dig Dug. Okay, so work our way around the side right here. And we've got Altered Beast, Robotron, Mr. Dew's Castle. This is another Miss Pac-Man without the speed-up chips, a little more original and authentic. Commando and Defender. And we also have Q*bert, Centipede, Nintendo's Punch-Out, Excitebike, and Atari Asteroids. This game is way ahead of its time. This one is Gauntlet 2. It's actually a 4-player game that was very uncommon for that time period. Mario Brothers, Joust, Frogger, Donkey Kong Jr., and Tron. All right, so wrapping up the early 80s section, we also have Missile Command, another Galaga. This one does not have the speed-up chip when the other one does. And of course, Pac-Man as well. So of course, these two games here were very heavily credited to starting the very industry of the video games that we have today. So this little section right here, this is actually from the late 80s. So a lot of these games, you probably didn't see these in an arcade. You probably saw these in like a Pizza Hut or like a gas station, maybe even like a supermarket, because for the most part, the arcades had mostly shut down by this time period. So this is the kind of silent era of the 80s, where there's not a whole lot of choices of games. Also, the game consoles like Nintendo NES, Sega Genesis had pretty much taken over the market share. So we have 1943. This one is actually not from the late 80s. This is just a Neo Geo that's a placeholder for us right now. We're actually working on a machine. That one just sits there until we get the other machine back in place again. Final Fight, Sega's Power Drift, Sega's Shinobi, and Sega's Golden Axe. So if you had like an Atari, if you had a Sega Genesis, you definitely have played a couple of these games. And of course, if you had a Nintendo Entertainment System, you played Super Mario Brothers and or Tetris. We also have Dr. Mario and Spy Hunter as well. And the last game from our late 80s sections is going to be Arkanoid, which you most likely played that one at maybe a Pizza Hut probably as a cocktail. But we have it. It's a really fun game. So I'll bring you over here real quick to the heart of the arcade here. This is the arcade bar. Say hi to Haley. She's getting us ready for the day. So we have all of our items on draft over here. Got about a dozen items there. We have all of our tequila, our vodkas, our gins, the whiskeys as well. We've got like a ton of whiskeys. Now Haley's just dodging to get out of the camera. And then we also have a lot of packaged items as well, including some non-alcoholic beverages as well. But most of that is packed with a bunch of awesome alcoholic beverages. So we'll work our way over here to the 90s section. But as I'm working this way, if you haven't been to the arcade before, it's $12 per person. All the machines are set to free play. So we try to make them look as authentic as possible, so they will look like they take quarters, but you do not need to put quarters in them. You just walk up and start playing the game. So, okay, so now we're in the 90s section and our namesake. So the second golden age of the arcades and technically the first golden age, or the golden age of video games as a whole, occurred in the early 90s, where retro consoles such as the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo, the PlayStation, the Sega Genesis or the Sega Dreamcast by that time in the 90s, and we have Atari over there as well. All these home consoles coexisted with the arcades. And at the same time, in 1991, the internet became more publicly available, and by 92 it was much more prominent, and PC gaming and online gaming had taken a foothold. So with all those things working together, including portable gamings like the Game Boy, the Game Boy Color as well, all those things working together is what gives 1992 the significance of being the golden age of all video games as a whole. So let's go through some of the arcade machines that we have here. So Pit Fighter, which is actually the precursor to Mortal Kombat, which we have those as well, Cowboys of New Mesa, The Simpsons, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, NBA Jam, and NFL Blitz 2000 Gold Edition. So you'll notice one big thing about these games and why we have them here front and center is how many players are needed to play the game. So one big thing about the 90s was making the arcade experience to be a community experience where you needed friends to work together to play in teams or to cooperatively beat the game. So community is very important to us here at Arcade 92. We even have community tables to encourage people to sit together, get to know each other, and share their nostalgic and new gaming experiences. We got our shooters here. Those were also very popular in the 90s. Lethal Enforcers. Driving games were popular as well. Cruising USA. Maximum Force. Area 51. Neo Geo 4-slot, so there's actually Windjammers in here, Aero Fighters 2, Bust a Move, and Metal Slug, and the very popular Area 51. In the late 90s, you had Star Trek Trilogy was released, and a very unique game here called Off-Road. It's a 4-player racer. If you have not played this game before, you're missing out. You need to come check that out. So then we're going to move on to the fighters. So the fighters were also very, very popular in the 90s. Mortal Kombat 3, Street Fighter 2, Primal Rage, Virtua Fighter, Tekken 3, a very popular game right now with the re-release of the movie, Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct 2, and Mortal Kombat 2. Now one game that I kind of skipped over here that we have here that is actually a modern arcade game is Cosmotron. So it's taken up this spot right now, so you guys need to come and experience Cosmotrons. It is a modern arcade game, but it's made to look retro with retro graphics as well. Okay, let's move on to our last section here. So both the first golden age and the second golden age of the arcades was kind of shut down because of home gaming. So rather than fight it, we have fully embraced it, and we have here our modern esports lounge. So this is 14 stations with Xboxes, PlayStations, Nintendo Switches, 55-inch TVs, and everybody gets their own recliner, comfortable chair as well. We also have a fighting station over here, so this is running a PlayStation 4 and has games like Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 11, Tekken 7, Marvel vs. Capcom, etc., etc. A bunch of those fighting games are devoted to this section here. And we have Mario Kart tournaments on Monday nights. We have Smash Brothers tournaments on Tuesdays, and then let's work our way down here to what we call the rhythm section. So this is Guitar Hero and Dance Dance Revolution. So this, during the early 2000s, there was not a lot of arcade games being released, but these two are very popular for that time. Now another modern arcade game that's been released is Killer Queen that came out in 2017, and it is a 10-player game. This game has a lot of fun, and we do competitions and tournaments on this one on Thursday nights. So if you have a couple friends, come try out this game. This is your next addiction. And our final section here, which we're very excited about because it has the new lineup for it, we've brought in almost all new machines, is our pinball section. So we have the brand spanking new Jurassic Park. We got that in just a few days ago. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is also a brand new machine. This is our current only retro pinball machine in the arcade, is Terminator 2. We also have Star Wars, Stranger Things, Attack from Mars, Deadpool, and Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, just a reminder, all the games are set to free play, and that even includes our pinball machines. And we have Pinball League Night on Wednesday nights. It's kind of more of a casual meetup. Try and see if you can beat the house high score. So there it is. That is everything at Arcade 92. Again, it's $12 per person. All the machines are set to free play. We have a full bar, and we have a kitchen as well. So check out our website if you want some more information, and we will see you soon at Arcade 92. It's time to play again.